Welcome to Ed's Four-Wheel Driving Camping Adventures. And we have tonight Duncan from 4xtouring.com. Welcome.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
How you going? All right? You been good, mate?
Oh, yeah, I was speaking well. Excellent. It's like winter out here.
We'll wait for a few more people to jump on and we'll start the... Now, remember, I've written the serious questions down here. I even added a few down the bottom. That's the only thing you get.
That's a long list.
It's a very long list. We'll see who's in the chat. All get in here, Stern. I'm sure they will.
Yep.
We might go to the Zoomy. Oh, no, we won't do that yet. Keep away from that one. We've got 9 here at the moment. I can see 9 people in the chat. So we're going to hit serious questions. We're going to hit the serious questions real soon. You ready?
Yeah.
Now, these are the serious questions that we discussed.
Can I abstain? Can I abstain from any of the questions?
No. Hang on. Here we go. We better tell how this bloke here. G'day, Simon. Good to see you, mate. And we got one of my favourite YouTubers, Beyond Grey Oz, Wenda and Paul. Welcome. Good to see you, everyone. They're coming in thick and fast. We've got Terry G. Hey Terry, love my chopping board. We've got Robin Green. They're coming in hand over fist. We've got Jack Turtle. This is an honour and a privilege.
Bring some money. Bring money.
No, Rob. Now, I don't know which Rob he is, Rob number 1 or Rob number 2. But since he got him first, we'll call him Rob number 1 because it's another Rob. They're all chatting away to each other, so we just put them all in, so it's all good. All right, now, as I said, this is the first in-depth question we ask at the beginning of every interview. Are you ready?
Yes, go for it. What's
favourite colour and your star sign?
Favorite colour and star sign. So star sign is Sagittarius.
You pass.
Colour is sort of a earthy brown, like
earthy
brown. Earthy.
Earthy brown. Oh, we got Shady Gear here. Hey, here you go.
Hey, Shady, how you going?
I tell you what, this lady makes some awesome walls for your awnings and makes them up special for you. Does a really good job. I love mine, and I think I've sold about a dozen of them every time I go out somewhere.
Really?
So everybody, yeah.
Where can you find them?
From ShadyGearAustralia.com.
Okay, cool.
She makes them up special. They are lightweight. Oh, mate,
excellent.
They are really, really good. I love them to pieces. Oh, and we got Mr. Buck. This is question number 2. Thank you, Buck, for your question. What shampoo do you use?
Caltex.
and the next question is your hair gel.
Oh, yeah, that's... The ultimate grade is grease.
And we got Pump Koala. G'day, how you going? We're all good. Yeah.
Sorry. Since everybody's wondering how I don't have hair. 15 years ago, I lost a soccer bet. I've always been a big Chelsea fan. And that year, I can't remember the exact year, but I was quite certain Chelsea was going to win against Man United. So I put my head on the block and I said, if they lose, I'm going to shave. And we lost. So ever since I had to do that, I shaved, and then I realized, bloody hell, this is damn comfortable and cheap too, but I don't have to pay for barbers anymore. So I kept it that way.
That's why you can spend more money on your 80 series, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you, I think we had a little discussion last night about an 80 series on a trip that I went on not so long ago, and the 80 series just died, Mate, look at that, I got 25. This is the biggest one yet. Oh, my happy man.
Yeah, it's my charm.
Okay, so we know
you're going to have me more often.
Sorry, what?
I said, it's my charm. You're going to have me more often.
Just have to take a number, mate. Just have to take a number. All right, so where's home base for you? You're in
Adelaide.
You're in Adelaide. So you're in South Australia.
Yep.
So you've been there long?
10 years, yeah. So just a bit of background. So I'm a Sri Lankan heritage, but
And
when I was
here, I was
very
thinking
little-
you're Fijian.
I was going to say I'm indigenous, but anyway, you can get away with anything these days.
Oh. You can identify as a
But-
unicorn.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, when I was very little, my parents, my dad on work moved to Zambia, so that's in Southern Africa, and then they stayed and they never left. So I spent a better part right up until my late teens in Zambia, and then from there I moved to Botswana, and that's where this off-roading bug kind of hit me
Wow.
because
Four-wheel
it's-
driving bug gets everybody.
Yep, I know, and it never leaves, which is a good thing.
Yeah. All right. So we'll move on to the next question. This is one that usually gets a lot of people, right? Do you
Okay, let's
have
see.
a go-to camp spot? Like you go, mate, going to grab the missus, going to grab the car, we're going camping to wherever it is. So like your number one, like I have a couple, but your number one campsite, you go, mate, we're going there regardless of what the weather is.
Look, a lot of our travel has been mainly within South Australia, and so our favorite go-to would be Coward Springs along the Unadana Trek.
Very nice. Good date scones at Coward Springs too. You know that, don't you?
Hey,
They do a good date scone there at Coward Springs. There's like a coffee shop there now.
seriously, when was that?
Yeah.
Last time.
Full on, mate. They have a
When were
coffee
you,
shop,
like-
a souvenir shop. Oh, they've obviously got the toilets and the shower and the paid
Yeah,
site
yeah.
little spa. They've done amazing stuff there from when I first went there a zillion years ago. It was just, nothing. And now it's just Coward Springs. Brilliant spot.
Oh, all right. Okay, that's new to me because last time we were there was 2020.
I was only
we-
last year.
Yeah, okay, that's probably what it is. Yeah, but I love the place. It's and also what we've been doing is we go sort of outside of the school holidays period, so you get pretty much the place to yourself, and you can dip in that the
Yeah.
pub there. Oh, that's
Give everybody
awesome.
else
Fantastic.
stuff.
Yeah. And once we went, that was 2020, I think it was when we went, we had absolutely the whole place to ourselves. There was one more couple, that's it. And we were in there practically right through and had a ball of a time. That was awesome. So that would go to for us over here in South Australia. Yeah.
Bucks just asked a question. He wants to know what Rhodes like. Have you been to Rhodes?
Yes, I have. Yeah, it is lovely. It's fantastic. I mean, but the thing is, having grown up back in Southern Africa, which is desert country, and we're pretty much landlocked. The nearest coastline was 1,500 kilometers away. So I'm more of a desert person, and I love the red dust, and so I love the beach, but I'm not much of a beach person.
People I know who go down to Rhodes on a regular basis say if you're ever going to get stuck, you're going to get stuck in Rhodes. So Rhodes is the place if you love the sand and it's really soft. And the good thing about Rhodes is that in Victoria we can only drive on one sand beach, and that's down at Portland.
Yeah.
A bazillion miles away. You get to Portland, you drive for an extra hour and a half, you're in Rhodes. And Rhodes, you can drive on the beach at night. You can drive on the beach. You can have a fire on the beach. I don't know if you can camp on the beach, but apparently it's the schmicko place. Brilliant. I haven't been to Rhodes yet, but I will be one day.
South Australia, we are very fortunate in that sense because we get to drive on the beaches pretty much. I think you can't in Victoria.
No, we can only drive on. No, we can't drive on the beaches at all. We can only drive on one lot of sand dunes, and that's down at the Portland Dune Buggy Club, and you've got to pay a bit of money to go onto that.
Yeah,
but it's beautiful. I'm not going down to Portland this year. I'm going to give it a miss this year, just because I've been spoiled with Portland. I just want to go away from it and then come back to it and go, mate, this is fantastic. I love getting bogged down Portland. Good on getting bogged down Portland. I do good fishing too in Portland.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, good fishing as well.
Another good place we loved thoroughly was Coffin Bay National
Yes.
Park.
The
That's
oysters.
awesome.
The oysters.
Yes, oyster.
Yes.
And one time when we went, I forget the name now, but the campsite we booked was right at the far end. You gotta hit the beach before high tide comes in, and then get to that point. Unfortunately for us, when we went, that was last year, I think it was. We spent so much time stopping along the way. By the time we got there, it was high tide. So we missed that chance. But then the following day, we took a drive out. It's magic. It's beautiful. So,
Here we go. We've got a fellow South Australian, a good friend of mine, Scott, and he makes some very good wine glasses. But we'll talk about that on another YouTube.
Aha.
Yeah, he's a South, and Scott here loves the Flinders Ranges. Absolutely loves it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Buck, if you get a chance, Flinders Ranges, mate.
You can never get enough of Flinders Ranges.
The only problem is you've got to pay for camping everywhere over there, don't you? Just about.
Oh, yeah. It's a small price to pay for what you really experience. So you got to come on over to our neck of the woods. Come on, Dad. Spend some money in South Australia. We need it.
Hang on, I'm copying a bit. I'm copying a little bit here. Where is it? There it is. There, mate. Nobody drinks that stuff by choice. And yeah, no, it's not Guinness. It's Coca-Cola. It's Coca-Cola because I got to be, can't drink too much. Although I'd love to. Okay, here we go. Locking Your Hubs has got Rove's Fantastic. There you go. Simon's been down there before. All right, so what's Wender? Via Port Augusta, but Rove sounds good. Yes, well done.
Yeah.
Wender, great channel. Get some Bundy in it. Hang on, I've got to get this one up. Nah, it's actually, sorry, Buck, it's Jack Daniels, mate. I love my Jack Daniels. I do drink Bundy, but Daniels is my drink of choice. Okay, you ready for your next serious question?
Yeah, go for it.
The audience. Sure, it's Coke. Yeah, it is, mate. It's actually Pepsi Maximum and with a bit of good stuff in it. All right, we've got what is. Okay, you ready for this one? Your favourite go-to meal. So when you go camping, you go, mate, you've got to have my, what is it?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I can't leave behind my Asian heritage. I love my curries.
Curries!
Oh, I love my curries.
Oh, you got to make sure you get them right, don't you? Get them wrong, you're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, we make sure the dunny is around, but anyway.
So your go-to meal's curry, is it? You just do curried sausages, choppies. What do you mean?
Yeah, look, I'll be honest. I'm not much of a person when it comes to cooking, but Johnny does a good curry, which I really thoroughly enjoy.
And that's the boss, isn't it?
That's the boss. Yes,
Yeah.
I've got permission to say all this right now.
I know she was in before. Dodgy Vindaloo, Buck says. No. Ooh, yeah. Good thing about a curry, it keeps on giving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you ready for your next one? I know
Yeah, go for it.
We're going to go on for a little bit, but it's all good, mate. Tell us.
Wait. Okay. Before you get on the next question, since you're on the question of food, I did one in one of the videos. But back in South Africa, there's some of the guys on the chat might know this. They've got a thing called a bunny chow, right? I don't know if you've heard of it, Ed. So what you do is take a loaf of bread. Now, usually we cut the loaf of bread in half. You don't slice it. You cut it in half.
That way or that way?
So if that's your loaf, you cut it smack in the middle half there.
Yep.
Okay. And then you take the inner out, stuff it with all whatever curry that you've prepared.
Yeah.
And then you put the inner back in again and eat it like a burger.
Oh. Wouldn't be good for me, mate. Me and white bread. We don't go well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like me and a bad curry, mate. Me and white bread, we just don't go. We don't play very well together.
But less carbs. Less carbs.
Yeah, mate, you ask Nass. He's experienced me and white bread, mate, and so is half the camp when I have it. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. Tell us about your 4-wheel, your 4-wheel drive, your truck, whatever you want to call it. Tell us all about what you got.
Yeah. So
main thing is why you bought it.
Okay, right. Okay, so it's an 80 series, 1997 model, and I'm going to get a bit of flack for this. It's a petrol. It's not diesel. But Yeah, well, see, we had just arrived in Australia, so we were relatively new. And one thing we knew for sure was we wanted to go exploring, just like we had done back in Africa. So I started looking for a four-wheel drive. I've always had a liking towards Toyotas. Not that others are bad, but I've always had Toyotas most of my life, and we were on a tight budget. So I was looking out for a diesel 80 series, or 100, one of the two, or 105 to be more specific. One of my friends called me up one day and they says, "Hey, there's a 80 series. It's a petrol, but if you like, go and take a look at it. It's all the way in Mount Gambier." So we thought, what the heck, we'll take a drive. Yeah, it was a bit of a distance. So both of us said, well, let's give it a shot and see. If nothing works out, it's at least a day out. We took a drive down to Mount Gambier, looked at it. It was brilliant, very well looked after, second owner, and gave a fair. It already had a heap of accessories on it, so that made it more value adding for me. So it had drawer system, 2-inch lift, suspension lift. He threw in even a 12-liter console fridge, which is mounted in the middle in the front. And at that time, that was way before the prices of four-wheel drives went through the roof. I picked it up. I know. So I picked it up with all that, the dual battery system and quite a few other stuff. Yeah. And I picked it up for, was it $8,000? I picked it up at that time.
You stole it. You know, they hung Ned Kelly for less.
Yeah, I know. So then I thought, okay, look, it's mostly going to be parked at home. We got a daily runner, so this is going to be more for trips. So when I ran the numbers and looked at that time, when I looked at the price difference between if I had gone for a diesel or a petrol, the difference in savings was going to buy me a whole heap of petrol over a number of years. So kind of ran the numbers, and then we drove home with it. And ever since we've been adding, you never stop adding stuff, isn't it? You add stuff, you buy stuff. You never end stuff.
Throw it at your car, mate. Just, take my money. There's something always straight.
And every time I want to get something and I have to convince the boss, I always say, I'm doing this for us. So what I tell the Minister of War and Finances, or she who must be paid, only $100, love. Only cost me $100. I got it for an absolute bargain. I got it from a mate. I tell you what, I've got a lot of mates out there that don't know they're my mate yet, but they give me a bargain. As long as it works.
What do you call your big beastie car? Mine's the Smurf. Everybody's got a name for their car. It's usually Starcher.
Yeah. So the name of the 80s Dicerus. Now, what we wanted was, what is that?
She sells it. I told she paid for it. Yeah. Good on you, Paul. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Go on. Sorry, we're talking about the name of the car.
Yeah. Well, so ideally, we wanted the name Rhino. Okay, that's because back in Botswana, we do a little bit of rhino conservation. We help out rhino conservation and stuff like that. But that was gone. I think Rhino Rec has already got it, so that was not possible in terms of a personalized plate. So, and then I was thinking, okay, let's find. Thanks, Jack. So Johnny comes up and she says, the scientific name for a rhino is Dicerus. So we took that. Yeah, so that's what we took. So that's the name.
And that's why you called it what it's called.
Yeah, Dicerus, yeah. A lot of people think it's my name. They stop me and ask, is that your name? And I'm like,
is it your name? yeah, mate, it's my name. It's just something I found on this. I looked it up and it was a big word. I thought, I'll use that because that's my name. They're coming in. Everybody's saying hello to everybody again. And we got the famous Shad Donahue. G'day, Shad. How you going, mate? Funny story about Shad. I was up in the high country a couple of years ago, and I think I was going to Blue Rag. I think it was Blue Rag. I think it was on the way to Blue Rag, the back way to Blue Rag. And And I'm driving down, having a great weekend with my mates. And I see this big, ugly car coming towards me. And I looked at the number plate. I thought, geez, that looks familiar. Driving along, and the car pulls up. I thought, we pull off the track a bit, let him pass. I looked at him. He looked at me. He says, "G'day, Ed." And I go, "G'day, mate." And I go, "Oh, that's shit." And I got so excited. I actually met somebody from YouTube. Oh, it's pretty tough, mate. Yeah. Talking about people you meet. Have you ever been anywhere, just a random person comes up to you and goes, "I know you." You ever had that happen to you yet?
I'll tell you something crazy that happened. We were in Melbourne visiting Johnny's family over Christmas, and we decided to go into the city to see the lights. The kids wanted to go into the city. So we go into the city, and we're at the crossing by Flinders railway station. Waiting to cross. Yeah. So we're waiting for the light, and it's chock-a-block with people. And somebody taps on my back, and I turn around and said, "Aren't you Dicerus's dad?" Right?
Dad.
and for a moment, I didn't know what he was talking about, because you don't expect it in the middle of Melbourne, with so many people. And then I realized, oh damn, this guy watches my channel. So then we had a little bit of a chat there. That was the craziest ever. I was so pleasantly surprised, because you don't expect it.
Because they know more about you than you know about them, because they watch your channel, they sort of get to know you. But they know more about you, and you go, "Oh, yeah." My favourite line is just "G'day, mate." It works for me every time.
Yeah.
If I forget your name, it's just "mate."
Yeah.
And it seems to work. It's worked for me for years. It works for me for my clients. I say, "G'day, mate."
Yeah.
It just works. Mate is a good word.
Yeah, I know, and you connect with people at a sort of a more casual level. That's what I see.
Different level, yeah. You can go in any pub.
It's nice.
You go in any pub in the outback and say, "Can I have a beer, mate?" But what I do, the problem is, because Victorians, we have different size. We call these glasses different things. So when I'm in Queensland, I just walk into a bar and I say, "Mate, can I have a beer? It's about that big, thanks." They go, "Oh, you want one of these?" I go, "Yeah, that's it. I'll have that one of those." In New South Wales, I go, "Can I have a beer about that big, mate?" They go, "You want one of these?" You go in Canberra, same thing, South Australia. Yeah, I think that's a pint. I don't know. I just drink it. It works for me. So yeah, it's funny how you just go, "Mate, I want a glass that big," and they say, "What do you want in it?" And you look at behind there and you go, "Ooh." You've got to be careful what beer you say too, because you might upset somebody on the channel. So I always say, the nicest beer you've got on tap, make sure it's cold. All right, there you go. Back to the serious question.
What's next? Okay, let's do it.
Favorite content. What's your?
Ed, hang on. We got somebody here.
Oh, we got somebody famous. Who we got? Hang on.
Hi.
Oh, look at you. At least you know the good-looking one is on this channel.
Yeah, I know, eh?
How are you, mate? You good?
Good. How are you?
Oh, look at you. No, do this. It looks better. Looks like we're talking. Is he treating you right, is he?
Yeah.
As Nas would say, I'm turning on the blue eyes. He calls them blue. I don't reckon they're blue, but he calls them blue. Turning on the charm, mate. Turning on the charm. So is he looking after you?
How are you? He is, yeah.
I am absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be any happier than anybody else on the planet. Everybody's waving at you. No,
I know.
So do you have to eat his curries too, do you? Or you cook? Or you're the cook, aren't you?
I'm the cook.
Ah.
No, he doesn't cook.
He's the cook at camp?
No, he's not. He's not
the cook?
Mm-mm.
So here he is telling us about all his famous recipes he does, and he's actually...
Oh, he's good at explaining. Yeah, he's good at explaining, but he doesn't cook.
Yeah, he's good at explaining stuff. So how'd you go at your last camping? You had to hire a heater or something because they wouldn't let you have fires there.
Yeah, no, that was really cold up there.
Really?
Yeah, I felt really cold. Yeah.
How cold was it?
I don't know. How cold was it? When we went to what's that? I don't know. Yeah,
at night it was dropping to about like 10, 9 degrees.
Yeah, 10, 9
really?
degrees. And it was really windy as well because we were in a valley.
Yeah, because the air you get frost and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It was, I don't know, it was very uncomfortable at certain points,
Yeah.
but the daytime was all right. But it's just at night, even though we had the heat, obviously it's not like having a campfire, the heat doesn't radiate as much, the gas heater, I mean, so it was all right. It's just like you had to sit very close, but still it was really cold. Yeah.
Sorry, my phone went ding.
Where was that? That was the Adelaide Hills. It's not too far from Adelaide itself. So I think from Adelaide,
Pembroke. It's a sheep station.
Yeah, it's a sheep station. It's a nice, quiet area.
They have red sheep in South Australia too.
Red sheep, yeah.
Yeah, red sheep.
We didn't see any red sheep.
No, we didn't see it.
Nah.
We've done a video on it, and it's on the channel.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. I had some Americans once come over, and we're showing them the outback, and we're driving from Victoria to Uluru or Ayers Rock. Depends on which way you want to jump on it. So we picked them up here in Melbourne. So we crossed the border in the day. Then we get to South Australia, and they go, "Beauty, do you have McDonald's? All these takeaway joints." We have what we have. So we're driving along, and we're still in South Australia 2 days later because we're trying to get to Uluru. And I said, "You know where red wool comes from?" They go, "No." I said, "From the red sheep in the paddock. Because of all the dust on the wool, all the sheep are red." So they thought, so this is where red wool comes from. Yeah, mate, this is where red wool comes from the red sheep in the paddock. You should have seen it. I had them going for about 3 days. Another story. I love Americans. You can have so much fun with them. I said, in South Australia, there's this rare and endangered species, and they're called chicos. Chicos, mate, they're chicos, and they're this long, and they're about that round, and you find them in the classiest roadhouses around. So we're driving around. I think we're at, I can't think of the name of the place. It's got million flies, just off Goog's Track somewhere. We're sort of driving in, I pull over in there, and they walked into the truck stop, and they're going, they come running out of me. "We got a Chico, we got a Chico." They were so excited they ate Chico rolls. Rare and endangered species, the Chico roll. You should have seen it. It's so, that can be so naive sometimes. But you gotta love them, don't you? So, yeah. Americans. What do you say? Oh, are you ready? I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, me?
No, yes, you. Couldn't have been.
Okay.
What's your favourite content you like making?
I don't think I enjoy a lot of technical stuff. I like more scenery, showing off like drone footages and things like that. I think it comes from, it just comes from more creative side. I think it's probably to do with what we do for a living, with weddings and events and things like that. So it's just showing off beauty. That's what I enjoy the most. But I mean, obviously, I'm not as technical. Like, I mean, he's the better one out of it. So I just film when he wants to.
You just film. You just go.
Yeah.
Do you use these funny things called GoPros?
Yeah. We do. Yeah. Yeah. And then just I direct him. So
you direct me.
As always, she always directs me.
I cut it because, like, sometimes he blabbers too much. Sometimes, So, yeah. And then sometimes he doesn't tell the things that he wants to say. He's like, cut. Okay, just include that part. So we have to do
So you're like the evil producer.
I'm the evil producer always. Yeah.
And who does the editing? You or him?
He does.
Really?
For this
you
one,
do
yeah.
The editing,
For the channel.
When he's talking crap, you just go.
Yeah, he does talk.
He does talk a lot. Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well on time. All right, we're going to go. Hang on, a serious question. No, you can't leave yet.
Okay.
No. You got one. You got the serious question we always start off the interview with: star sign and favorite color.
Favorite color, yellow. Star sign, I think I'm Cancer. Cancer. I was born in July, so I don't know what is a Cap. No, I don't know. I don't believe in that.
But see, back in the olden days when dinosaurs walked the earth, and I was standing at a door at a pub with a black shirt on, I'd say, "What's your star sign?" And if you didn't know, you didn't get into the pub. So, nah, mate, back of the line. Your name's not on the list.
No, I think it's cancer.
You sure?
Because like we have a different system, in
No,
Asian
Starsign's the
culture.
same, mate. They're all same.
No, because
Yeah.
it's actually the
It's a lunar.
it's a lunar calendar. It's different. I'm Leo in lunar calendar, but according to the other calendar, I'm Cancer.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leo is better, but
Lion.
Go the Lion. Yeah, go the Lions. No, go the Magpies.
yeah.
All right. It's your turn, Duncan.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for chatting.
Yeah, same here. Hi, everybody.
You gotta go
and
there.
bye.
Bye. Yeah. Camera gear, Duncan. What camera gear do you use, mate?
Well, we use what we use for the business, which is Sony. It's all Sony stuff. And I've got a few DJI Osmo, the equivalent to GoPros.
GoPro number.
No, so it's not a GoPro. It's equivalent to a GoPro. It's a DJI Osmo. It's a little camera.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
You like
I
them?
quite like that. Yeah, I do like it. I mean, I think they're both equally good. And I do have. I know Nas was talking about this in the last chat you had. I do have a 360-degree camera as well, which we use for the business. So I use it when I travel as well.
So all your camera gear's a business expense.
Yes, it is. I will write it down in Kansas.
So is mine. I use it for, they call them inspection tool. Oh, here we go. Got a question for me. How was my trip on the Easter long weekend? Mate, I had the bestest time. We went up to Dargo, up to another one of my favourite spots. We got Talbotville if you want to go camp, but the Dargo River Inn is a really nice place to camp, like to base camp. $15 a night, toilets, showers, and you got the inn across the road. So you can get a meal, beautiful open grassed area. It's not as feral as the pub. Not saying that pub's feral, but it does go off. But we did some tracks. It was a bit wet up there. It was a bit cold. We did one track, and we're on the tracks. We left for about 7.5 hours because we had somewhat of a hill climb, and 2 people were challenged, let's just say. They sort of lost forward momentum, but I did in one, and I picked up a passenger with me. I'll be doing a video on that one soon, as soon as I work out how I'm going to shape the story and all that sort of stuff. But I had a fantastic weekend. I ate too much. I drank too much. I didn't sleep enough. I showered. I had a great weekend away. It was freaking awesome. Every time I go away, I have the bestest times. I don't care what anybody else says. I have a good time. So that was my Easter. How was your Easter, Duncan? What did you do for Easter? Anything exciting?
No, we actually worked through the weekend, so unfortunately we couldn't get away.
Couldn't.
No,
Here we go. I just picked up a 360 camera. The whole tiny planet thing is hilarious. That's
Yeah, it is.
I'm locking you up.
What I like about the 360 is like I can even plug it on the dashboard and it records 360. So when I'm editing my video, I can pick and choose which perspective I want to put into the edit. So that makes life easy than having to change the camera angle, to.
I don't do very well looking at the camera when I'm driving, mate, because it's usually red face go locker, push the locker button.
What we try and do is bye Terry. I think Terry's off.
Yeah.
But what we do is we are looking. I also don't like driving, looking into the camera, especially when you're driving. So what I do is I just plug the little action camera onto the side of mounted onto the windscreen, and I just let it run. And then if there's any little bit of whatever we are talking about, or there's a little bit of banter between me and Johnny, I try and, if it is appropriate, I put it in there. The missus can get a little bit of inappropriate at times, so I just cut those out.
Does she use bad language? I never use bad language in my car. I'd rather have a passenger in my car when I'm off on the roads, unless it's unless I get really lucky, I get a passenger in the car. Usually it's a lady or a girl. I don't know. I probably feel safe with you because I'm married and all that sort of crap. So you can't really do anything wrong in my car. All right, what are we going to talk about? We did a camera gear thing. Okay, here's one for you. Any big trips planned? Any big adventures or anything like that?
Okay, so this year nothing major, and the reason for that is we are hoping to somewhere around July, August. We're hoping to go back to Zambia because my brother is there, so might do some 4-wheel driving back there. I'll do some videos when that happens. So, but we would love to. We are hoping to do Flinders Ranges in the next month or so.
Yeah,
and possibly the border track.
Oh, border track's a piece of border track's fantastic. Some really good. The whole of border track, or just the South Australian section, because there's
we're debating because my brother-in-law, Johnny's brother from Melbourne, he wants to join. So depending on how many days we can take off, either we'll do the South Australian side or we might do the longer one. Not quite sure, but love to do that. But I'll tell you a trip I'm planning for next year, and fingers crossed everything works out. The problem we have in our line of work is we're self-employed, so if work comes up, then that becomes priority.
bugger work.
So next year, June, around about June. So start all the way to Flinders, Mari, Unadada track, all the way to Dalhousie. Oh, it's awesome. And then to Fink and watch the race. And then from there, go across to
Uluru.
Uluru and Fink Gorge. Love to do Fink Gorge. I've heard a lot of nice things about that. And then back on Unadada track, Kuba PD, and then back the same route.
And you're going to start one of my favourite camping spots on the data track I told you about last night, which was Peak Ruin. You've got to go to Peak Ruin.
I made a note of that after we spoke.
You have to go to Peak Ruin. Nas loves it. So what tyres do you run on your 4B?
I've got muddies. They're called Deegan 38s from Mickey Thompson.
Okay. The only reason I asked that question is because of this fella here knows a lot about the Flinders Ranges, so he'll pop up if they're any good. What tyres not to take. Yeah, he'll tell you Scott will tell you what tyres not to use in the Flinders Ranges.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he's got it, Scott. That's your hint, mate. To chirp in with not to use in the Flinders Ranges. He's very vocal on what not to use in the Flinders Ranges because apparently sidewalls get chewed out. Because everybody thinks the Flinders, because they're like sharper rocks, and you do the high country, and it's all washed out and nice and brown. All you got to do is worry about tree roots. Same as the border track. We got to watch the sidewalls for the tree roots that come out and grab you. The melee roots will.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, they love a tyre. They love a tyre, those melee roots. Here we go. I think he's popped it in there. His mate, Marshall. Hang on. I'm waiting for the question. I think it'll pop up on the other feed.
Yeah, Marshall killed the Deegan 38.
Yeah. Killed him. Marshall's a good bloke. He does lock-up kits for automatics. He's an engineer. He's a good mate of mine. Well, he is now. He doesn't do a lock-up kit for the FJ. Shame, really, but he does them for everybody else's car except for the FJ. All right, now back. So you going to do any filming when you go over OS or what?
Sorry, when I go overseas?
Yeah, when you do it, or going to do?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to do it. So I'll take some of the camera kit with me.
Oh yeah, just take your phone with you, mate.
My brother's got a workshop there, so he's built himself a Toyota Hilux Rogue. I think a 2021 model. So being the elder brother, I'll just take it and go wherever.
Just take it because listen to me. I'm taking your car. We got any big? What's coming up in the future for the channel? Are you thinking of doing anything special with the channel? Moving in a different direction, or? Well,
to be honest, that's one of the challenges of doing this YouTube channels, isn't it? Because you want to try and do something different. And it's so hard to try and figure out how to do it differently. Is what I'm struggling with at times. And it's quite, when you're doing a trip, so much, you would know this, so much time is taken just filming, getting different angles. And
I don't do angles.
Yeah, well, I think the problem we got is
I just point the camera and go, look, that's it. Look at that. Ooh, look at me. I don't get out of the car and do angles. No. I'm not that sophisticated, mate.
But we've been last sort of 6 months, whatever camping we did, we've been sort of experimenting with different ideas, and one of them was to do a completely silent, meaning not the vlog style, where we're not speaking into the camera.
Yeah.
We were just playing around with it. So what we wanted to do was get all these ambient sounds into the edit, so that the viewer gets that experience rather than me talking into the camera. And that was okay. That got some reviews. Some liked it, some didn't like it. So yeah, I'm struggling still to find a different angle to.
I can't say that style of camping. I just talk too much at camp. I just listen to the radio. Nasa's got a question for you.
Oh, okay. So Johnny and I, we do photography for both weddings and portraiture as well as corporate. So if you go to dreamteamimaging.com, that's our main line of income. I mean, that's all we do. That's our livelihood.
Cool. All right, now, this is a question I asked last night. I wanted to make sure. Now, is it Patreon or Patreon you have on your channel now?
Oh, Patreon.
Yes.
That's how I pronounce it. It's membership is available.
Membership.
I started it. Yeah, I started it.
Membership.
I can't remember, to be honest, but just head on over to Patreon, and I think what I'll do is I'll put a link. In fact, if you go to our website 4bytouring.com, the link is in there.
So I'll put it.
Yeah.
So
And
Patreon. Yeah, Patreon, and you got your membership. Haven't got any money, mate. Sorry, missed out. I can't do my Patreon this week. And you're doing merch as well now, I hear. Is that right?
Yeah. So again, here, take a look.
Oh, look,
that's one of our. That's from an old FJ40.
It's an old FJ40. That's probably the petrol model. Amps, temp, fuel, oil. Yeah.
So Johnny actually does most of the designs when she gets the time. So we've been putting these out. So it's again on the website 4bytouring.com, and if you go to the store under t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that. And I might as well mention this while we are on. When you go to the website, something we've done is we've partnered with a good friend over in. Hi, Steve. How are you? Good to see you. We've partnered with a good friend over in Zambia, and we wanted to start this a few years ago, but then COVID came along and messed all that up. So getting back into it, which is 4-wheel drive safari tours through some of the game parks in Zambia. So that's something we've started this year. That's one of the reasons I'm going down that way this year, to try and develop that a little bit more. So it's basically fully kitted 4-wheel drives like what we have here, but it's all 3 meals catered, and a little bit of glamping as well in between.
Glamping?
Yeah.
What's glamping?
They got some stunning lodges out there, and
lodges. We don't do lodges. I'm gonna go to a lodge. Like camping in a. No, I won't say that.
We should go to Africa one day. I'll be your guide, personal guide.
They wouldn't let me in. The problem is they'd probably let me in. They probably wouldn't let me out again. I think they'd might lock me up for doing something stupid and shit. What was I going to ask too? Your favourite piece of camping gear, like the camping gear you go, mate, this thing is just fantastic. What's your favourite piece of camping gear?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know. Put a lot of thought in these questions. I just came up with that one, actually. Or did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, your favourite piece of camping gear. Everybody's got a favourite piece. Mine's my Ozspit. I like my Ozspit. That's a brilliant piece of camping gear.
Yeah.
Always in my camper. Oh, I love that thing. Geez, I can't even remember what it cost me now. That's the best part about it, when you buy a product and you use it and you go, I can't remember what it costs. And that means it's a good product. So what's yours? Come on.
Okay. I'm sure there's quite a few of them, but
No,
I have to
come
admit, I love my. Okay, this might sound strange, but I love my center console fridge.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
I can dig into it and get a drink on the go. I don't even have to stop and go around the back to the back of the wagon to get a cold beer, especially on summer days. So I think that would be high up on the list there.
Yeah, what's your next one? Come on, that's not camping gear, that's travelling gear. I'm busting your chops here, mate. Come on. It's got to be a piece of camping gear. You go, mate, like a blow-up mattress or something like that.
Recently, we installed one of those shower tents.
Oh, yeah. I'm a shower tent. What brand?
That was Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
I got another piece of good camping gear. It's my...
I got a story to share with you talking about shower tents.
Oh, we're always sharing here on Ed's Forward Driving Camping. I'm not ignoring. I'm just looking up something real quick. I'm gonna try and remember.
So this was back in Botswana. We had those days we did. I mean, there was no shower tents as such, but I had one that I had made on the side of the roof rack. So we get to this campsite, and one of the things back in Botswana is a lot of the places you go, it's quite a big distance between campsites. So you got the whole place to yourself.
Oh, you don't need shower.
Get to the camp. Yeah, then we get to the campsite. It's just the two of us, and we thought, it's hot, and it was quite hot that day. So what the hell? I'm not going to bother with this contraption of a shower tent that I had built. We're just going to take a shower. So we're both taking a shower. You know what I mean?
It's going to end well, isn't it?
And then some idiots who had lost their way, thinking our campsite was their campsite, they decided to drive in this convoy of 4 vehicles.
I can't
So
understand
Johnny jumps in through the window into the 4B and shuts the door behind it, leaving me outside, right?
That's fair.
So
I tell you, another piece of camping gear I never go camping without, and if you look at my videos, it's sort of always in the background, and it's my Explorer box. Never heard of it, have you? Explorer box.
Yeah.
You can keep your wine glasses in this box, this Explorer box.
Yeah.
Scorpio make them. A mate of mine makes them. And from South Australia, and that Rydell glasses, like crystal glasses, proper glasses, in a box. And you can get the box and shake it like this, do it like this, and they won't break.
It won't break. Oh, fantastic.
I literally, last Simpson trip, I took these glasses in the box, threw them in the back of the FJ, no padding at all, and they crossed the Simpson. They've actually been across the Simpson a couple of times. Never broke. Fantastic product.
Where do you get it from?
Australian product. Sorry?
Is there a link you could share? That we
I could share that link. I think I could. I could probably share that link, but great glasses. I'll put the link in the description below for those who are interested in the Explorer box. Got 2 brilliant glasses. I'm off.
Fantastic.
So I've gone off completely off subject as usual, as you do, because, squirrel went past. So talking about the football, how do you reckon Collingwood will go on the weekend? Just say really well.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Crows fan. I'm a Crows fan, so I'm not going to give a damn.
Crows? Crows? Oh, bloody hell. You've lost me, mate. Go the Pies. It was a Buck, I think, Buck had poor, I don't know if Mr. Buck's still in or not. His wife broke his heart. She jumped ship, mate. She went to another footy team. Do you believe that?
What did she switch over to? Who did she switch over to?
Oh, she jumped over to the Dolphins or something. Oh, he was Crows won. There you go. There you go. Crows won.
There you go.
All right, let's move on to any big trips planned, audience question. Camping down under, blah, 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 blah. Membership, we spoke about membership. We did.
Yeah.
Merch. Did you do your merch? You had stickers?
Stickers, yeah. In fact, I got a few here.
Wow, you've got stickers. Guess what? Hang on. Get in focus first.
I'm trying to get it in focus, but there you go.
Oh, so you're doing a giveaway tonight?
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to do a giveaway? Oh, wow, mate. It's up to you. How are you going to do your giveaway? What are you going to do? Works properly.
Okay, so go to Instagram.
Instagram, yep.
Oh, by touring.
Sorry.
Yeah. By touring. There you go. And send me a message. I'll send you a sticker.
There you go, guys. Jump on his Instagram. Send him a message and he'll send you a free sticker. Really? Free?
Yeah, 4x touring Instagram. I'm happy to dish it out.
Really? A free sticker? See, that's the advantage you come to Ed's four-wheel driving camping.
And you see the cool thing. The cool thing is, Ed, my
What's that?
sticker is an 80 series, and I'd love to see someone like on an FJ put an 80 series. It'd be cool. See?
You'd be struck. Mate, the only it'll go on the fridge, mate. It doesn't go on the car. There's not many stickers I put on the car. But an 80 I should tell you the story about the 80 series, but you know what? That is a campfire story. That is not a YouTube story. That is a campfire story. I think basically we went on a drive. We went up into the high country. We went up to the Pinnacles. It was meant to be a half-day trip, something like that. We got to just shy of the top of the track. The car broke down. And we got back at 1 o'clock in the morning and we didn't even get the car recovered. So we left at 9 and got back at 1. Marshall is in the house. Marshall is from M&M. He does those
Hey,
lock-ups. He's a local lad, South Australian. Doesn't do a lock-up.
Oh, really?
Show though. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. There you go. Steve's on. Steve,
Oh, that is
Instagram.
good.
Check
Well
Instagram.
done, Steve. Send me a message, Steve. Send me your address. I'll send you a sticker.
Do you have an address?
Yeah.
All right.
Steve. Yeah.
What other
Perfect.
questions? Oh, that's what I was going to say. You put somebody else copied your thing. Let me see if I could find who this bloke was. It'd be this bloke here. Copied your stickers on the bonnet. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that. He did tell me
Yes.
about it.
So what made you start doing that with the stickers on the bonnet?
Well, wherever we go, as we all do, we buy the stickers from wherever you go to. But the problem I had was I had no place to stick it, unless you stick it on the inside, and nobody gets to see it that often. And I wasn't too fancy of the idea of sticking it on the bonnet because it looks like a scrapbook after a while. So, and then I'm thinking about what do I do, and then Johnny says to me one day, "Why don't you just get it printed? Because we've got a guy who prints stuff for us for the business." And then every place we go to stick it on the bonnet, and that's how the whole idea came about. So, and also on in the previous house where we lived, I couldn't get the 4B into the carport, so it stayed in the sun, and unfortunately, that started eating into the clear coat on the bonnet. So I'm losing a bit of the clear coat, so I put stickers on it now. So that kind of covered it up.
Covers all the bad bits up. I tell you what, that's what you get with pinstripes on your car. I did the brush car wash the other day up in the high country. We went down this track and she obviously hadn't been maintained, fair while. It hadn't been driven in a long time. I can't think of the name, but Scotty will know it maybe. Well, here we go. Wenda buys stubby holders. She's afraid to open the cupboard. They're actually not stubby holder. Yeah.
But think about it, Ed. Let's say even stubby holders, you buy them in a trip now. Now you imagine in another 20, 30 years time, where you pass it down to your kids or whoever, they're going to be worth a hell of a lot of money. Oh, forget the money part, but it's the sentimental value. It's incredible.
No, they're not.
I'm sure. Sentiment. Wait,
It's like those old stainless steel silver spoons. Almost got a collection that would sink the Titanic, mate. And it's still not worth more than $1. And she loves them to pieces. So I go,
Exactly.
I just buy them for her. But yeah, my fancy stubby holder is my Pro Heart one. That's pretty flash. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Actually, I like that.
Yeah, Pro Heart in Broken Hill. It's a great museum too, by the way. Just quietly.
In 2018, we did The Simpsons, and we one of the highlights of the trip was we drank like fish, and
You drank like fish?
monkey. Yeah, we drank monkey shoulder. See that?
Yeah.
But what we did was everybody that went on that trip signed on it, and along the way, I collected sand from The Simpsons.
Yeah. I've got the different parts of it. Nobody actually believes you when you say, I've done The Simpsons. They go, it's pretty boring. But the sand changes from beginning to end. I think somebody told me it could be a load of BS, but apparently I'm not sure. But the redder the sand, the older the sand. So I don't know if it's a load of BS or not.
I wouldn't
take
do
it a
that,
grain of salt.
But it's just so striking. I mean, anyone who's done The Simpsons would know this. It's so striking because you think it's just a boring drive, but it's not. And as you come down, you go onto the top of the sand dune and you look down, and what you see in front of you is just, it keeps changing all the time.
What makes it even more exciting when you do the Simpson Desert is when you're going up a sand dune and you meet a car on the other side of the sand dune, and you have to go that way and that way. And then you get out of your car and you have a very serious conversation with the man coming up the sand dune who doesn't have a sand flag, who doesn't have a permit, and who doesn't have a radio. You jump out of your car and you have a very serious conversation with that man, and for some reason, I don't know why, I always seem to win that argument. You know, Simpson, I'm going to get my little bandwagon again. I think they've got to start cracking down on the permits and that, because just anybody can go there. I think they should just limit the permits and just put the price up, because the last few times I've done it, I've met some real challenged people that are driving the sand dunes, and they've left their brains in the back seat of their car. They're just stupid. But that's my hobby horse. It probably won't go anywhere, but it's personal opinion. It's like, you know, some things, everybody's got one and I've got one, and that's my personal opinion. But I still buy my permit. But yeah, it's amazing how many people do stupid things out the Simpsons. I think someone's going to have to die or a serious car accident for something to be done about it, but who knows?
Yeah, and it's just not the Simpson only, because a lot of the places I'm seeing, you know, like just basically litter. You know, it's incredible. I don't get it.
They're called poo tickets, mate, and they just seem to deposit them everywhere. I don't know why. Well, Duncan, that has been exactly 1 hour. We have done very, very well. Once again, thank you very much, and thank you, everybody, for joining us on tonight's little live stream. Keep your eye out on the Instagram, if I can try and work it out, the Facebook, the YouTube community page. I do have memberships now if you're interested in that. If you're not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me either way. Just stay subscribed to my channel. Watch a few more of my videos. Give me thumbs up. Thank you, Duncan. I'll see you in the back room, because we're just going to leave the studio and talk between ourselves.
Thanks for having me, Ed, and thanks for everyone who watched. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. And this has been getting a bit of traction now, so we're loving life. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video, and bye for us for now. And I'll see if I can
have an awesome weekend.
I always have an awesome weekend. I'm going to a party tomorrow night, apparently. The wife told me we're going to go to a special party, so I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah. All right, so we're going to end it now, and I'll see you in the green room, we call it.
Yeah,
Bye, guys.
for sure.
Bye for now. See ya.
Bye, guys.